How many of you love when God speaks to you through real life examples? I don't know about you, but it seems to be how God speaks to me the most, by pointing me towards scripture through something that I saw. So if you are somebody who wants to learn how to hear about God more, or even just about the Bible more and some stories brought to life, hang on to this story. We were up north and my husband was working back home, and so we were about 2 hours away. So he worked, and then for the 4th of July, when he was done working, he came up. We were so excited to have him come up, and my daughter kept asking, when is Dad gonna be there? When is Dad gonna be there? And I would say 2 hours, and then all of a sudden I was like, he'll be here in about 40 minutes. And Lydia goes, my 3-year-old goes, I'm gonna go up and wait for him. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And all of a sudden I was like, where's Lydia? And somebody's like, I saw her going up the hill. And so I went up, and sure enough, she grabbed a chair and was sitting at the side of the road. It's like a little dangerous, just sitting there waiting. And I thought of how it is like that parable of the virgins, the 10 virgins in Matthew 25. And so I went and read it, and that girl, she sat there till he got there. I mean, eventually I just went and got a chair for her, and I was like, listen, we're having dinner. Do you want me to bring you food? And I brought her a plate of food, as you can see, and she was eating, and then we were waiting there together, and it was really fun. But it really had me meditate on, first of all, the excitement that she had for her dad coming home, and the trust that she had of, like, he said he's going to be here, and he's going to be here, so it's worth waiting. And the steadfastness to sit there and wait. A 3-year-old, just sit there and wait. And so when I asked God, I was like, what more do you have to show me? And so I went and read that parable in Matthew 25. The virgins who had brought the oil and were prepared were ready when the bridegroom came and they could go into the marriage feast. And then the other ones, they weren't ready. The lamp, they had run out of oil. So they had to go back into town and they had to get ready. And then when they came back, the door was shut. Other girls, they had sat and watched. And it made me think about the faith component that comes with having to wait and watch. Have we lost faith in Jesus coming back? Have we lost faith in something that he said, in something that he promised, or in a hardship that we are just watching and we are losing faith instead of being prepared and knowing, like, man, God said something, but we don't know when. We're just called to be prepared that it could be a while. So we need to bring supplies. So is there something in your life that you're thinking, man, I really think that this is going to happen. A marriage is going to get better. A relationship, a friendship is going to get better. A promise of fruit in your life in an area of sin. And do we have to bring in some more supplies to stay put where we're at, instead of at the last minute being surprised when it does happen and then not being prepared? And that faith in the watching and the waiting, and how we really can take my daughter's childlike faith and learn from that. Let me know what you learned. Let me know if you're challenged in any of this and what you took away from it. Would love to hear that and be encouraged as well. God bless. Have a good night.